Alright, now that we finished touching the Avatar Last Airbender universe, I am going to talk about Ben 10. And the reason I was going to do Danny Phantom, but I decided to go with Ben 10 for now. Because it's a longer running show, so it's longer to get through. And Ben 10 seems like it might be on the verge of a comeback with this new comic series. Unfortunately, it did get delayed till May. We'll see what happens with that. But if this is but I want to bring more attention to Ben 10, and I just bought this box set because it went down to $65. So I will state I am going through Ben 10, the original series first, of course. Then I will do the 3 continuing shows and talk about the movies, the live action ones, or maybe, I'm not really sure if I want to do those. But I will not talk about the reboot series. Mainly because the reboot series is a whole different thing. This is all in the same continuity. And that also because that show's not easy to find on streaming or DVDs. Like, this is a complete collection of everything in here, where you can't buy that for the reboot series. In fact, even the movie for the show is out of print. So, on DVD. So, I don't know. As for this first episode, basically, it's a pretty simple premise. Basically, Ben gets picked up from school by his grandpa. Finds out, oh, we're going on vacation with my cousin, Gwen, who he's not very excited about. They bicker in normal ways that girls and kids his age argue, I guess. And they're chilling, and then this watch falls from the sky, and this villain that we don't really know his name, but clearly is going to be important because none of his stuff is resolved, wants something called the Omnitrix, but we don't really know what that means. And Ben gets the watch attached to him. He turns into a fire alien dude. I don't remember all their names. It's been a long time since I watched this show, but I don't remember. But the fire dude, and honestly, I don't even say their names in this episode because Ben doesn't even know really what these characters are. Turns into that dude, turns into like this big orange hairy monster dude. And he turns into a dude with crystals, fights off some robots, and then they kind of end the episode of like, well, we need to figure out what to do next because I don't know. But there's also it ends in a way that sets up like the possibility that there's multiple aliens on this watch that Ben hasn't turned into. Ben still clearly needs to figure out how to use the watch. He hasn't done that yet. So it leads through some really unique possibilities with the show. I really like all that. I thought it was fantastic stuff. And I thought it was a really, really good few episodes to kind of, get us where we're going. This first episode. One thing I don't really like about this episode is I feel like characters are a little nonchalant in ways that, like, what? Like, the moment that Gwen realizes that the fire dude is Ben, it feels like, don't really know if that would have happened that way, but sure. But it works well enough, and it's got a quick pace to it and sets up everything in a kind of a neat little bow. So it works as a decent pilot to the show.